y'all something. Drum roll. Y'all, I would like to introduce you guys to something that I've been working on since I got off maternity leave. This is, I'm being so extra, but that's okay. This is all for dramatic effect. And it's upside down, so I'm glad I just checked. So, I would like to introduce you guys to a product that we are launching this week. It is a planner. This is in a box, so I'll open it up out the box. Let me move my computer out the way so I got some room. The Profitable Podcast by Anchor Media presents the planner. This is, I'm so hyped. So let me open. So dramatic. So that's the box. Here it is. Boom, 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 boom. This is a planner. But check this out. Okay? Get in my wrapper bag. Check this out. This is not your average planner. If you have ever worked with me, followed me, y'all laughing at me, followed me, taken any of my courses, seen me in person, y'all know that I don't like to do things just to do them. I take my time with stuff because I want them to be very, very effective. So this is not a planner where you're going to write the dates down and hope and pray that you're going to release a podcast. It's not a planner where you're going to have all the stickers and highlighters and have this pretty aesthetically beautiful page to do nothing with. No, it ain't that. This is a hybrid of a workbook and a planner. It's broken up into 3 sections. So this is the inside. It's broken up into 3 sections. The first section is strategic planning. Someone asked me about what did I do to drop the podcast. You have to have a strategy with your podcast. So within this planner, there's a whole section about strategic planning. So we have a brand identity section because you want to make sure that your branding is right. The link is in my bio, y'all. If you go to anchoredmedia.com/planner. Faith, can you write that down so I could pin it? anchoredmedia.com/planner. There is a brand identity section where you can write out your brand colors, where you can write out who your audience is. You can write out about your show. Like, planning starts with making sure that you have marketable content. Remember I talked about making sure that your show is set apart. There's a section on this page for you to sit and think about what sets my show apart from other shows. So there's even a dream space where it says write the dream, and it says make it plain, which is a scripture reference. But you could sit here and write down all the future sponsors. Let me pin that. All the future sponsors that you're going to have on your show. You could write down all the guests that you're going to have on your show. There's a shared value. This is the prototype, so it might be a couple margin issues. This is the sample. But this is what I called a Venn diagram for shared value. A huge mistake that a lot of podcasters make, I literally say this with every podcast that I work with, is that people are creating content for them and not for their target audience. Now, sometimes you do fall into your target audience, but you have to create from a space of shared value. You have to find that middle point. So with this, your audience problems go on one side, your business goals go on another side, and in the middle is where you need to create from. So for example, I want to do a show about faith in business. My audience don't like to listen to long podcasts that are of that type of content. Most people in my audience, if they want a 2-hour plus podcast, it needs to be like entertainment based or something like that. But when it comes to a business show, they're not trying to hear that. So shared value means, okay, I want to create a podcast about faith and business. I want people to listen. I want to increase my listenership and all of that. My audience is not trying to hear nothing that's that long. So shared value means my show needs to be a solid 25 minutes. So that's how you find shared value, but it's a whole worksheet here. This is an example because I don't even want to give it to you blank and you not know what to do with it. So on one page is the example, which is what I just showed you. And then there's a blank version for you to fill that in. Another page, and we're still in strategic planning, so I need you guys to understand what goes into creating a profitable podcast. It's not going to happen by happenstance. It happens from strategy. I've been podcasting for 4 years, and what's made us successful is strategy. I talk about God, I preach, I pray, the Holy Spirit is on this, but understand there's still strategies involved. Understand that I'm a heck of a marketer and a business person, and so I'm taking you guys everything that I learned and I put it in here because I didn't want to just give you something that you're not going to use. It's very small, not very small, but it's compact. So size, you could toss this into your bag, take it with you anywhere. But it's very in-depth. So another aspect to planning your show is to perform a competitor analysis. And there's a page for you to do that. So pick a show that's in your category and look at their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. Now, remember we talked about standing out. One of the ways that you make sure you stand out is by doing a competitor analysis. I told you guys with the Find Your Voice Academy, people say they're available for pre-order right now. If you go to Planner, they ship in January. They're available for pre-order. If you go to anchormedia.com/planner, you can get onto the list. Our pre-sale starts next week. So you have to get on the list in order to get in on the pre-sale. I'm going to give people on my list the opportunity to buy it before I post it on social media for people to buy straight from there. But a competitor analysis is important. I told you guys with our Find Your Voice Academy retreat, people always ask me, with our applications, I always ask people, what sets your show apart from others? Let me tell y'all something. The answers that are wrong are because I'm passionate about what I have to say. Because my testimony is this. Because I'm going to be talking about God. A lot of people think that their ideas are a lot more unique than they actually are. And it's great to have like this conviction and this message, but the message has to also be marketable. Right? The way that you build a profitable podcast is to make sure that it is marketable. And so a lot of people do not understand that. And that's why I suggest performing a competitor analysis, because it'll really show you like, whoa, I thought I was the only one who wanted to talk about God. Whoops. And it also allows you to see the opportunities. So you may look at their reviews, right? When you're doing a competitor analysis, and the audience may say something like, oh, I like the show, but when she only asks surface level questions with guests, I wish I could learn more about them. So that is an opportunity for your show then to when you have guests, now you know, oh, let me ask more in-depth questions. Let me stay away from the surface level stuff and ask my guests in-depth questions. Or they may say the podcast is too long. So now that goes back to timing. Like, with my show, let me make sure I stay within a certain time frame. So a competitor analysis is really, really important so that you can make sure again that your show stands out. We still in the planning section. This is the most important part of the show. The planner, the episode planner. See, it's the episode outline. Remember, I told you guys that when I record episodes, I have what I'm recording right in front of me. Here, you can have it laid out while you're on your microphone, and you can see exactly what it is that you have to talk about. I have on here the episode number, any sponsors that you have, because you will have them. Any sponsors that you have, you can write those in. Introduction is here. Overall point. A lot of people ramble because they forget what their overall point is. right? You end up going on tangents and going off topic because there's nothing that's keeping you structured or that's keeping you focused on what the main thing is. So one of the parts of the episode outline is overall point. So now you know that when you're recording your episode, if you get lost on what's going on, you can go right here to where it says your overall point. Another part that I have here on the outline, the episode outline, is a credibility statement. Here's what happens, or where shows get caught up when it comes to monetizing. People don't buy inspiration. People buy to have problems solved. A lot of podcasters become hosts and not experts. It's important to be an expert in whatever it is that you do on your show. If you don't, you can still build a successful show, but what will happen is who will really be making the money is your guests. And you don't want that to happen. You want to make money based off of your listenerships via sponsors and stuff like that. But you want to turn your listeners into customers as well. And the way that you do that, especially people of faith, we get real inspirational and we forget, like, I kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to whatever your area of expertise is. And so that's why the credibility statement is here, because in a credibility statement is, if you were writing, it's pretty much a thesis statement. So I want you to be clear, like, have that credibility statement in there so that your audience knows, like, oh, dang, she talk about God. Yeah, she is snatching my edges, but she really building some podcasts out here. So let me go call her. Okay. Show notes. A huge mistake people make with converting listeners into customers is they underutilize the show notes. The show notes are very, very important because they serve two purposes. One, they let prospective listeners know what the episode is about, and it helps them make a decision if they're going to listen. And two, if you're offering something on your podcast, that's the space that people go to in order to make a purchase. So you want to make sure that that page and your notes are attractive to both prospective listeners and prospective customers. And so a lot of people, they just write a quick little blurb, boom, that's it. But missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. So there's a show notes template in here. I'm telling you exactly how to do your show notes. Ain't no guessing. Okay, what else we got in here? It's a checklist, a ready to post checklist right here. After you did all of that, you want to make sure you don't miss nothing. Episode recorded, edited, video, reviewed, audio mistake. What, you can just check it off. And after you get through this checklist, there's even space under it where you could fill in any extra things that you want to add on there, and it's ready. You're ready to post your episode after that. That's my sister, y'all. Don't pay her no mind. You ain't missed nothing. But those pages repeat. So you have the episode outline, the show notes, and ready to post checklist. So you should be able to go for every week and just go straight into this planner, plan out your episode, get it ready to post, and that's it. So that's the first section. Told you, it's multiple sections. So that's the strategic planning section. Next, we have a marketing section, and they're even dividers. So if you don't want to like flip through all of your episode outlines, you can go straight from the main page to over here to the marketing section. So it makes it that much easier for you to flip through. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all the best part. Another little characteristics, you have this little pocket here. So you got some stuff, some notes, some chicken scratch that you want to put in there. You can do that. But how I forget to tell y'all this. In addition to the planner, whenever you purchase a planner, you also get access to our digital, I call them accompaniments. You ever go out to eat and they call the sides accompaniments? That's what you get access to. You can go to anchormedia.com/planner. You'll be able to log in and you'll see everything. I'm going to have a video on how to use the planner, sales training for podcasters, ad rates calculator. So we're going to talk about advertising, and having this tangible tool is great. But some things honestly are just more convenient when they're digital. So that's why in addition to the physical planner, you're going to have access to the digital elements as well, because that sometimes is easier. So I want you to have both. All the spreadsheets, because we have like tables for you to write stuff in, but I love a spreadsheet. I don't know about y'all, but I keep a spreadsheet for everything. So we have spreadsheets and stuff that are there for you to get online, and that way you can store it on your hard drive, and it's a lot easier. Ad rates calculator is my favorite. There's a whole formula. There's a whole formula on how to calculate ad rates. And I don't know if y'all are not math whizzes, because I ain't. I actually had my husband make this spreadsheet for me. But I have a spreadsheet there for you that's an ad rate calculator. So all you have to do is type in your numbers, and it'll tell you how much you can charge for a pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll ad based on industry standards. So you have to do no work but input your numbers, and it auto-populates how much you can charge. So let's get to the marketing section. See how easy that was? I just turned it. So in the marketing section, there is a page of important marketing dates. So this is for 2021, all the important things that's coming up. So as you're thinking about content, social media, any type of marketing, you have right here what's going on every month of the year, and that way you can create episodes about it. You can create content or video or anything like that around it. So you don't got to look up when is National Taco Day or whatever. You have any relevant things right here that you could use. So like, for example, in April 15th is tax day. I mean, everybody knows that by heart. Let me use another one. Let me see. Oh, so in June is Black Lives Matter month, and June 19th is Juneteenth. So on Juneteenth, you can do something. If you're a podcast that targets people, African Americans, Black folk. If you have a podcast that targets Black folk, you can do something special for Juneteenth. Funny, unrelated story. We were planning for 2021 for the company, right? And we were listening out to decide what is Anchored Media's recognized holidays. So trying to figure out like what holidays are we going to give our employees off and stuff like that. And we put Juneteenth on there because we're going to celebrate Juneteenth. All right, back to the planner. Another part is in this marketing section is your listener persona. So if y'all been in business long enough, you hear people talk about the importance of your target audience, right? This is where that goes. So we have an example for you. So you don't even got to figure out like what it should be. It's not blank. We got an example, and then we have a blank one for you to figure it out. But one thing that we like to do when it comes to any type of marketing is we have a listener persona. So for example, in the example, it says that our persona name is Rochelle Ryan, and she's 29 years old. She's a licensed master social worker and a podcaster. She's married. Her main goal is to focus on the strategy for how to best serve God's people through podcasting. She wants her message to go abroad so that more people can be impacted. The last question says, what are her main barriers to achieving this goal? Lack of clarity and direction. She's indecisive. She needs to have a blueprint and a tangible system to accomplish a task. So this is our persona for Anchored Media. And I put it in here because this is what we use when it comes to deciding what it is that we're going to do. So knowing that Rochelle, the reason why she hasn't reached her podcast goals is that she needs tangible solutions and systems. That's part of the reason why we created this. Is because this is what Rochelle needs. Whoever Rochelle is, we name her so that we can talk about her as if she's a real person, because she is. Also, we have other psychographics that go on the side. Psychographics are very important. A lot of people, when they talk about target audience, they like to keep it at demographics. And demographics is cool, but psychographics are a lot better because it gives you an idea into people's consumer behavior. And that's a lot more valuable. So the demographics are good. Like, you have to know those things. It's cool. But where the money is when it comes to deciding how you're going to market something is the psychographics. And so that's what we have here. So Rochelle is a leader. She loves to journal. She needs structure and organization. She buys for clarity and direction. All of these things are different. She loves stationery, which is why something like this is also great for Rochelle. So psychographics are important with your target audience. So we have the example, and then we have a blank page for you to fill out and tell us who your Rochelle is. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all good? Because we ain't even done. We ain't even done. Rochelle is me. Yes. What y'all think so far? The planner is available for pre-sale next week. So if you go to anchormedia.com/planner, you can get on the list, and I'll release the purchase link to the list next week before we introduce it to everybody. Rochelle sounds like me, but y'all are here, which means we're doing a good job at marketing to Rochelle. And the reason why y'all are here is because we identified you before you got here. So we knew how to get you here by identifying you, your behaviors, and your psychographics and things like that. So it's all strategic marketing. Like, y'all helping me sell this right now. Okay. So I'm really giving away everything when it comes to this product, because again, I want to see people's shows do well. And I'm not one of those people who want to hype you up to do nothing. I want to give you what you need. So the next part of our marketing section is I'm listing out marketing strategies. There's a whole list here. You see that page was full. It's a whole list of free. I think it's only like one or two that's paid. But it's a whole list of at least 10 free marketing strategies for podcasters. Proven marketing strategies. Okay, I'm back. Not things I pulled out the air, but proven marketing strategies. I'm telling y'all exactly what we do to get my show to where it is, to get every show that we worked on to be successful. We have multiple success stories. You can go to anchormedia.com. The receipts are there. We've had multiple shows to launch. Had at least 5 that I can think of off the top of my head that have been listed in the Apple Podcast charts. Like, we does this. So I'm giving you all of the marketing strategies that we use. They here. She tricked us so well. I ain't trick you. So yes, a whole list of proven marketing strategies. Fix that. There's also a list in here to do a podcast swap. So one of the strategies, one of the things that a lot of people do to grow their listeners is they do a podcast swap, which means I'll say, hey, Shantella, you trying to be on my show? I interview you on my podcast and you interview me on yours. She agrees. I go on her show. She comes on mine. Now we're cross promoting and we're increasing our listenership. That's one of the top ways that a lot of people grow podcasts. So if that's something that you do or you're interested in doing for your show, there's a list here for you to write down the podcast name. And again, comes digitally as well, because sometimes things are just easier in a spreadsheet. You have the podcast name, the email. There's a section on here for why this partnership is mutually beneficial. This is an important point because a lot of people pitch these podcast swaps and what am I getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you'll increase your listeners by marketing to my audience, but what am I really getting from this? Our listeners, we're not in the same league. So I would pretty much be doing more for you than you're doing for me. So when you do a podcast swap, you do want to make sure that it is mutually beneficial. So I had that there so that you can write that down so you don't offend anybody or anything like that. I have a section to where you can write if you pitched them or not, so that you can know, oh, I reached out to this person. Let me check that off. And then I have a section for if you followed up. Don't forget to the money is in the follow-up. People reach out to me all the time, and sometimes I just forget. I might read the email, I might intend to respond, but I forget. But if they follow up with me, I'm like, oh, let me respond to such and such. I forgot. If they never followed up with me, that's a missed opportunity for them. Or for me, I've reached out to people plenty of times and it's been crickets. And as soon as I followed up with them, they got back to me. And I'm like, dang. And that was a check involved. So I'm like, dang, what if I wouldn't have followed up with them? The money is in the follow-up. So that's why it's a section here too. Can you do a book on procrastinating? Girl, that book will be short. That book will be one page that says, just get it done. I wouldn't even waste your time. I have a listener tracker. So it's a section here. But again, this is also digital. So you can type it in a spreadsheet. So the thing about marketing, I had this full list. You don't want to implement every strategy at one time. Reason being is because a key factor to good marketing is data. Like, you need to have data. So even if you launch on deaf ears and nobody buys or anything, that's still okay, because that's data. That's telling you what didn't work so that you can adjust. So the reason why I'm telling you don't do every marketing strategy at a time is because you want to have enough data to understand what works and what doesn't. So if strategy number 3 isn't working for you, you could toss it out, and you don't gotta spend no more time with that. You can focus on the 2 that work, as opposed to trying to do 10 and only 2 of them are proven to be effective. So yes, I'm giving you the strategies, but you have to implement and measure the results in order to know which ones are most effective for what it is that you're doing. So this is here for you to keep track of that. Also, when it comes to sponsorships, most sponsors don't start doing deals. Now they've gone down to like 5,000 listens a month. I think it's similar to like micro influencer situations, but most sponsors tell you that you need to have at least 5,000 listens per episode. So right here, it's called the road to 10K, but it can be the road to 5K as well. And so I want you to write your episode number, the air date, and then the listens after 30 days, because sponsors, there are 2 different numbers here, and a lot of people, when negotiating sponsorship deals, they mix the 2. So your monthly listens are cool, but what they want to know is, if I buy an ad spot on episode 205 on December 1st, I need to know how many listens episode 205 had by January 1st. That's the number that matters, not the total number, because the total monthly listens includes a bunch of episode 204, 3, 2, 1, episode 101. They want to know that specific number. And so I have this here because I want you to track that specific number, because you may get to 10,000 listens, let's say, or 40,000 listens a month, but you're not at 10,000 per episode because you've been tracking the wrong number. So I want your time to be used in the appropriate place. And so that's why I have this section here. And then I have like the general analytics review. So again, that's if you implemented podcast swap in Q1 of 2021. Now you can look at and this is exactly how I do it with my show, with shows that I work on. I write down the month. So I'll say December 2020. I'll say the total listens and downloads that I had. I'll look at the November 2020 numbers, and I'll see what the growth was. I'll see if it was an increase or decrease, and I'll use percentages. Now, podcast time fluctuates. Listenership fluctuates. Like around this time of the year, it kind of goes down. Around the top of January, it bumps up. Sometimes people get busy. So they may fall behind on the show, but then the next month they catch up on the episodes that they missed. So it's always going to fluctuate. So again, for any of you guys that are starting out, like don't be too upset if the numbers fluctuate like they're supposed to, because nobody is that consistent to where everybody is like moving like drill sergeants and their listening habits. Like, it fluctuates. But the number that I pay attention to, if there's any type of increase or decrease that's over about 10%, then that is something that's significant. So if it drops by 10%, that means you need to figure out what happened so that you can stop doing that. If it jumped by 10%, you need to figure out what happened so that you can keep doing that. And this page allows you to keep track of that, again, so that you can make sure, like, it's a lot of work that goes into podcasting, and you want to make sure that the work you're putting in is being done strategically. So that's the marketing section. The last section of the book is monetizing. Again, we have the tabs here so that you can easily flip through each section. The thickest section is planning, because that's where all the episode outline pages are. But over in the monetizing section, first things first is a checklist. Your show ain't gonna make money if it ain't positioned for profit. So there's a list here that you can check off if you have everything that your show needs. And after you check this off, then your show is positioned for profit. So this is where you start to make sure that you are making your coins. So that's there. Then, if you don't even know where to start with monetizing, I give you another list of all of these different ideas this is a whole page of ideas on how you can make money podcasting. a whole page of ideas. You can literally pick which one is relevant to you. So if you didn't know how to monetize, you're struggling, you don't know how to make money outside of the advertising space, that's there. Now, there is a revenue map worksheet. So you guys have followed me, you know, I teach people how to funnel people into an existing business through their podcast. So it's a revenue map that's listed there for that. I definitely need this for my podcast. Yes, I think you guys are going to love this. We spent a lot of time. I've been working on this for a while. We spent a lot of time. And then the last page is the resource guide. So after you know how you're going to monetize, after you have positioned your show for profit, any resources that you need to make it happen is here. I have a list of email marketing software, website hosts, lead pages, payment processors, online community platforms, literally all the resources that you'll need to do everything that you planned out in this planner. And then the last part is the advertising rate. So this is the standard advertising rate formula for podcasts. But like I said, we have a spreadsheet because with the planner comes our online resources to where a lot of things, like I said, are just better digitally. And so we have that as well. And so with the ad rates calculator, you have it explained here. But like I said, you can use the calculator, plop your numbers in, and it'll do all of this work for you. You don't even have to worry about that. And that's it. The last page is just a little overview of Anchor Media, who we are and what we do. So y'all, what's up? How y'all feel? How y'all feel? What do you think? I am so excited about this. So here it is. The Profitable Podcast by Anchor Media presents the planner. On the back, you have our website. This was designed because it's very beautiful. As you guys can see, this was designed by Marche Smith of the Cosmopolitan Creative Group. So at Cosmopolitan Creative Group on Instagram, she designed this planner. She did such a fantastic job, as you can see. It comes in a box. So this is the box that I pulled it out of. It comes in our custom box. The mailer box is even branded. So you'll get the box. You ain't going to get no ugly UPS box because that's not how we do stuff around here. You're going to get an Anchor Media box. Y'all will looked at the online retreat for the Academy. Y'all know we like to send custom boxes around here. But it's all in the branding. But yes, that is the planner. It's available for, you could sign up to be a part of our pre-sale. Let me get my words right. You could sign up to be a part of our pre-sale by going to anchormedia.com/planner. I'm going to release it to our email list first. So next week or whatever dates, you'll get an email about the dates. But once it's available for purchase, it's going to go to the pre-sale list first before we post it on social media. Before it's available to the public, it's going to be available to the list. We order one batch, and when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, so once we sell out of the planners that we have working, that's going to be it until next year. So the planner out, the cost is $59.99. So get your coins ready now. You already know how much it costs. Make sure that you've gone to anchormedia.com/planner to get on the list. They ship out in January. And like I said, once we sell out, that's it. Not doing any more until next year. Do you guys have any questions? The whole experience. Thank you. How do you become a part of Anchor Media? You can go to anchormedia.com. There are multiple ways to work with us. The best way is through our academy, Find Your Voice Academy, for new and aspiring podcasters. We have a retreat coming up in July of 2021. It's the last weekend of July in the Washington, D.C. area. It's an in-person retreat. It's applications only, so you have to apply and then we'll invite you. So you can go to anchormedia.com to get the replay and to apply, and then that's it. Once we sell out, we cap our retreats so that we can keep an intimate setting. Like I like to be able to talk to people face to face and know about their show and get to know their stories, so that I can really help them and not just be a face amongst hundreds of people. I like to keep my spaces small. And so that's the best way to work with us. And I think we have a few seats left. All of our retreats have sold out up until this point. So if you definitely want to work with us, go to anchormedia.com to get that and apply. And I hope I can see you at the retreat next year. How many can I order at a time? Girl, you can order as many as you want. As many as you want. I listen to your podcast all the time. Thank you. Yes, if you guys know people that starting podcasts, order the planner for them. Like I said, they get all of this digital stuff. So even though the planner ships in January, you have access to all the digital elements from day one. So make sure, so like I said, you can order as many as you want. You'll have access to all the digital stuff. We will email you tracking once the planner has shipped out. Order all of them, girl. Make it easier for me. Order all of them. Are you going to give us our eyebrows back that you just snatched with this planner? Nope. You can just draw them back on. I like each co-host to have one. Yeah, definitely buy one for the whole team. I see the vision of your empire. Congrats. Thank you. I promise you, whatever you're saying, don't even come close. It's so much that we're doing that I can't even. Yeah, I'm not one to talk about things until they're done. So you'll see. But I promise you don't have no idea. I just started your podcast. This is awesome. Thank you. So proud. Oh, thanks, Dr. Kenny. Oh my God, what I missed. Girl, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. Just go to anchormedia.com/planner to get caught up. Also, I forgot to mention this. For those of you guys who have podcasts, those who purchased, we're going to have an opportunity for the planner to sponsor your show. I'm going to do an affiliate program to where you can market the planner and you get a percentage of the ones that you sell. So I would like to be one of the first sponsors of your show, so that you can start monetizing that way as well. So do all the things that you plan on doing, but if you sell the planner, get your coins. So that's an opportunity that's going to come as well. And that's only going to come to those who purchase. I missed a lot too. It's okay. The replay is going to be up. Yes. Y'all like the affiliate program? I was really excited about that. I probably think too much, but one of the times my type A personality wins is when creating stuff like this. And so I definitely wanted an opportunity for you guys to start making money with your shows. We recommend stuff all the time. You should make money from it. There is nothing that I recommend that I don't get a kickback for. I'm telling you that right now. And if I don't, I'll tell you. But most things, it's like if I recommend a book, that's why I have an Amazon store, because they're going to give me a couple dollars for whoever buy that book. If somebody buys something with my code, I need to get some money for that. Like, don't let people take advantage of your influence. Started my podcast. Yeah, so Kyra, get this. Get this. Is the planner only for those who want to start a podcast? Yes. Yep. It's specifically for podcasts. And you guys can rewatch it to see all the features in it. But I'm very, very excited about this product. It's so pretty. And again, shout out to Marche Smith of the Cosmopolitan Creative Group, who designed the planner. Once we post this on the page, we'll tag her and everything, so that if you guys have any graphic design needs, hit her up, because she's fantastic. She's amazing. And she's also in the society. I love to work with people who are in my community and people who have invested in anything that I do. 9 times out of 10, when I'm ready to invest in something, that's where I go to find people. Are you putting this on your YouTube as well? Yep. When is the next academy going to be? July. Tickets are on sale right now. We're over halfway sold out. Yep. Let me see. Girl, let me try to type her name out. Oh, yeah. Hit up Marche. Hold on, y'all. Cosmo Child. It's printed on the back of the planner, so let me go ahead so I can put some respect on her name and not spell it wrong. It's Cosmopolitan Creative Group. Tell her that I sent you. There we go. Cosmopolitan Creative Group. And I'm going to I'll post it in my stories too and tag her. I can't wait to get mine. Yes. But yes, the next academy is in July. Tickets are almost sold out. We have a few seats left. We sell out every time. So definitely apply. Get the replay so that you can know all the details of what goes into it. Excuse me. The link to that is in the bio. And I can't wait to see you there. Are you doing another fast soon? Not in the plans as of now. That could change. But right now, there isn't a plan to do one. I will tell her you sent me. Yes. She is amazing. I have another product we're going to do next year. And I'm definitely going right back. All right, guys. That is it. I've been on here for a minute. And I still got to record the podcast. So if y'all want to hang out with me, y'all could go to Blessed and Bossed Up, because I'm probably going to go live while I'm recording the podcast. I ain't get dressed for no reason, so child, we gonna take advantage of this so I can go back to being raggedy. I need my hair done. I went and grabbed some crochet hair out the closet and wrapped that joker around to give you a little something, but I'm making the best out of this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Go to anchormedia.com/planner. Thank you, girl. And join me over at Blessed and Bossed Up in a little bit. My notes are already done. I'm talking about marketing on the next couple episodes. We've been really snatching edges the last few weeks, but we're going to get in our business bag on the next couple podcasts. So you could join me over there, and I'll be talking about marketing, not just for podcasting, but in a general sense. Your makeup look bomb. Thank you. I did it myself. I'm 2 seconds from putting some booking info in my bio because I'm getting good. I say this all the time, I'm not comfortable with people doing my makeup yet. The makeup artists, I don't know what they be doing in their spare time. And I got an infant and I ain't got time. So sis was on YouTube having to figure it out. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. The replay will be here if you missed anything. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.